Hello, students. Hope you all are fine. Today, we are going to start with the new chapter that is consumer education, in which we are going to study about the needs of consumer education, its objectives, some problems faced by consumers, and how to overcome them. Indian market is seller's market and the Indian consumers are ignorant, means they are not well aware of their rights and responsibilities. So, consumer awareness is very important as to protect consumer from any unfair trade practices. So, he or she should be informed about the negative impacts of consuming adulterated eatables, expired or substandard medicines, and paying more price than actual price. To protect the consumer from such hazards, consumer rights and duties have to be spread amongst consumers. So, who is a consumer? A person who has indicated his or her willingness to obtain goods and services from a supplier with the intention of paying for them is termed as a consumer. Goods are the products that we buy to fulfill our needs. For example, food, clothing, fuel, paper, electronic items, etc. Whereas services are the facilities offered to us by various agencies with or without payment. For example, water, electricity, health and sanitation, education, transport, communication, etc. So, we all are consumers irrespective of our age, social and economic background, and level of education. So, we'll discuss the need of consumer education with the help of this diagram. A consumer, whenever faces problem related to goods and services, he needs the following things: knowledge of rights and responsibilities, knowledge of consumer laws, knowledge of consumer aids, and all these things leads to consumer education. Now, the consumer education. Consumer education means to educate the consumer what to buy, how much to buy, where to buy, when to buy, how to buy, and how to use. So all these things comes under consumer education. Following are the objectives of consumer education: to understand how the economy functions. Second objective is to learn how to make wise purchase in the market so that the consumer will not pay more price for the product. To learn how to guard against sales tactics, advertising, dishonest selling products. To become aware of consumer rights and responsibilities. If they get cheated or unhappy with any product or service, then they should be aware about redressal mechanism. So these are the objectives of consumer education. Now the need for consumer education. As today market is very complex and is flooded with so many products and making consumers more confused what to buy, where to buy, as they have limited knowledge and are not well informed. So, there is a need of consumer education. The lack of awareness on the part of consumer and the absence of effective consumer organizations, all these things makes consumer protection difficult. So, consumer education should be aimed at creating awareness about consumer rights and responsibilities, consumer choice, and product evaluation. So, now we'll discuss some problems faced by the consumers. Consumers may be cheated by traders, dealers, producers, manufacturers, as well as service providers in so many ways. So, these are some unfair trade practices. First one is adulteration and poor quality. Adulteration means adding something inferior to the product being sold, thereby lowering or degrading its quality. Sometimes consumers are paying more price for the impure or low quality products. Adulteration can be intentional. They are doing these things to earn extra money. For example, black pepper is adulterated with papaya seeds. Ghee or butter can be adulterated with Vanaspati ghee, and when we consume these adulterated products, it leads to so many health problems. Poor quality products, for example, people are getting electric shocks from poorly designed electronic equipments, ready made garments that are stitched badly or have loose buttons or get shrink after first wash. Second one is defective weight and measures. False weights and measuring tapes or products which have false markings are used by the traders to get more money. Some vendors are also using stones instead of using actual weights, or some are caught using magnets to alter the weighing machine. Some packed and sealed products even have fewer quantities as written in the packed products. Sweets are measured along with the box, which may weigh up to 50 to 100 grams, but you have to pay the same rate as the sweets. Meters at petrol pumps are tampered. All these things are done to cheat the customers. Third one is hoarding and black marketing. When any essential commodity is not made available in the open market and stocks are intentionally held by the dealers, it is known as hoarding. Its purpose is to create artificial scarcity and to push up the prices. Black marketing is the illegal business of buying or selling hoarded items at higher price secretly. These practices are mainly adopted just before the government announcement of budget. Next one is unfair trade practices. Use of brand names, labels, and packaging similar to good quality products for low quality products are the unfair trade practices used for earning more profits. There are many offers in the market to attract the consumer to buy certain products. For example, they are offering gifts which are having no additional values or coupons to collect a gift on the next purchase, and these coupons and vouchers have come with so many terms and conditions. Dealers also announce contests or lottery among the buyers of a product without the intention of awarding any prize. The gaming section of malls promises some gifts or winning tickets on each game. The gifts are so tiny and worthless. All these things are to mislead the consumers so that they spend more money. Next one is misleading advertisements. This is another practice by which consumers are cheated. Such advertisements represent a product or service to be of superior quality, grade, or standard, or falsely generate the need for the usefulness of product or service. For example, pharmaceutical advertisements claim that tablets did not have any side effects, but that's not true. For example, paracetamol had an adverse effect on the liver. Telemarketing products like Slim Tea, Sona belts, fat loose pills, etc. These products are shown to be cheaper to the consumer, but there are hidden taxes and shipping costs which turn out to more expensive. Next one is price variation while purchasing. While purchasing certain products, you may have noticed that the price of same product is different in different shops within the same market. Some of the reasons for the price variation in the market are better quality products cost more than the low quality products. People charge more from the people who have the capacity to pay more, as purchasing power of people varies in different areas. Prices in wholesale markets is more as compared to the retail market. Prices of properly packed products are higher as compared to the loose products. Selling products lower than MRP, that is maximum retail price printed on the label of the products, it includes the commission of the retailer. If the retailer sells the product at a price lower than the MRP, this attracts the consumer and makes them their regular customers. Now, there are some ways by which the sellers can overcharge you by copying brand names and selling goods at higher price which are made locally. For example, products like washing soap, detergent powders, tube lights, jams, oils, even medicines carrying brand names although they are made locally. By selling loose products without a label or packaging, so you cannot check or read the details of the product. By charging highest MRP for products whose prices vary in different states. In restaurants, theaters, and malls, they charge more than MRP, giving an excuse of transportation and cooling charges. Next one is poor consumer information. Many consumers often rely on the retailers and manufacturers for the information required to make any purchase, as sometimes they give us only false information about the product. Some salesperson do not pay any attention to the needs of the customers. They only want to say about their brand, their stock, and to get commission. Thus, while buying products, consumers get very little help from the manufacturers, retailers, or salesperson. And the last one is lack of standardized products. Some products bear standardization marks like wool mark, egg mark, FPO, ISI, etc. These are issued by the Government of India. The products with these standardization marks are considered to be of good quality, correct weight, and safe to use. But all the products sold in the market are not bearing a mark. Care must be taken as duplicate products are also available in the market carrying this certification mark to mislead the consumers. So these are some problems faced by the consumers. Next is the role of consumer education to overcome consumer problems. It can be done through education and information. It is the responsibility of the government to ensure transparency in its policy for consumers and their protection. Now we'll discuss the following points to overcome the problems faced by consumers. First one is market surveys. Always do market surveys and collect all the information from all sources, for example, from television, magazines, newspapers, online, through salesperson, asking people around before buying any product. Buy products from supermarket, from authorized company showroom or from reliable shop. Always take bills, receipts, guarantee and warranty cards. Ensure that the date is entered in these cards when the purchase is made and clarify all the terms and conditions of their services. Read labels carefully, brand names, ingredients, MRP, expiry date, and standardization mark. Buy properly packed and labeled products as they provide us with the proper information. Do not accept products measured with irregular weights like bricks and stones. Be alert and vigilant about the weights and measures. Discourage black marketing and hoarding by refusing to pay more. Buy good quality and after sales service products. Do not get influenced and cheated by sales tricks and sales talks. If you notice any unfair trade practice, please report such things to the concerned authorities. So all these practices helps in overcoming consumer problems. And the last topic is advantages of consumer education. Consumer education develops the ability to decide and choose things intelligently. It helps the consumers to demand safe, reliable, and good quality products at a reasonable price. It makes the consumer alert, well informed, and vigilant against corrupt practices, and to help consumers to take suitable actions when faced with any problem. So, these are some advantages of consumer education. With this, we have completed our chapter. In the end, I would like to say, as we all are consumers, irrespective of our age, social, and economic background, we must know about our rights and responsibilities. Always remember demand for the good quality products at reasonable price and always discourage unfair trade practices. Thank you.